Good morning to everyone, and today we're in another area that I have not actually covered before. I saw this when I was on Calabaza the other day. I forgot this beach even existed because it's been through so many times of erosion and stuff that it's not always here. But I will tell you, it is a beautiful area we're going to be going into today. Good morning to you all, and let me tell you, this morning I had to have a serious discussion with my body because my body was telling me stay in bed. So, yeah, thanks to the mountain goat yesterday, he carried me through the coals, but what an amazing day it was, and what beauty we have experienced. You know, just to tell you all again, Barbados right now is 27 degrees centigrade, feels like 29, partly cloudy skies. We've had some showers this morning, but conditions are absolutely perfect. So I'm going to show you all that now. As you can see, we have beautiful skies this morning, just stunning scenery. As I said, we are in the Six Men's Bay area, and this is in the parish of St. Peter. Just stunning area. Now this beach goes and comes. They used to have homes located all along this beach on the seaside originally. However, because of the continuous erosion and the problems with the homes in this area, they were relocated into St. George, majority of them. So almost everything on the seaside now is associated with the fishing village down here, which would be a shop and numerous small stalls where fish and stuff are sold from. Before we start walking any further down, going back in the direction of Bridgetown, let us do our Serenity Prayer, because this is a beautiful place to do so. So let's get around to a nice view, and let's go with this. Okay, let's go, guys. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not mine or ours, be done. Amen. Beautiful place. As I said, we've seen a lot of different changes on this coastline as well, but it is a beautiful section of beach. Not a long one, so that's why this morning I said we'll be doing a short stroll and a swim. And also, it's just to wrap up the week because I want to do another swim. It's the only second one I've had for the week. Poor me, only been in this beautiful sea twice. Anyhow, I'm going to share it with you as much as I can, which is virtual at the moment. For those of you that are on the island, I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather that we're experiencing. It's not beastly warm or beastly hot by any means. It is just a lovely mild kind of temperature. Not cool, but mild. Milder than our normal summer, so that is amazing. Homes were located all along here originally, but right up to their back doors, especially the north swells, used to have seawater coming up to them over the latter part, so they were all relocated. I'm not sure the exact area, but I do know they were relocated into like the St. George area as far as I remember. Little sleepy fishing town, beautiful, quaint, quiet, natural, just peace beyond belief. As you can see, the reef in these areas, there are some areas here that are very shallow because there's a small swell that's coming through. It is actually mid-tide now. I think the low tide is around 10 o'clock or so, or just before 10, in that kind of time frame, so we're sort of mid-tide right now. Down there has an amazing smell of Manchaniu. I was walking up and down this beach this morning because I just cannot get enough of that smell. I don't get too often because, as you know, we only come on West Coast when we really want to swim, per se, now that we've covered it all. But it is just a smell that is lovely. I associate that smell with my youth because we used to spend some time down here at some beach houses along the West Coast in the Gibbs area and stuff. And so I always associate that with that kind of time. Very briefly, I learned how to swim on the West Coast, and that was at a very young age. I used to tease my parents all the time and run into the surf, but as you know, it's a big drop off. And one day my father told my mother, let him go. So I learned to swim extremely quick. When I hit the drop off, it was a case of learning to swim or not learning to swim. I'm sure they wouldn't have let me drown because I'm way too precious for that, but I know for sure they gave me the chance to learn, and I have done so. This is Brady's bar. This is one of the bars that's located, or the main bar. There's some on the other side as well, small ones. But this is the main one that's located here in the Six Men's Bay. And this is the Six Men's Bay Fishing Village. This is just to the north of Nikki Beach, which we'll be going to by in a minute to have a swim down there. I saw this, as I said, the other day when I was on the sailing cruise. It has a lot more sand than the last time I saw it. So I said, well, today we'd like to finish up not only with a swim, not only with a beach walk, but also in somewhere that we have not actually walked on before, which is perfect. enjoy some of the sounds now as we walk down a little further. Just so you know, we don't have on the external microphone today because there's no wind conditions down here. And it's a little bit bulky to go swimming with it, so I thought we'd just leave that at home this morning. I do know it's working, so next windy day we'll be trying that out. Yesterday was just too much trekking around to take anything like that with us. You know, as I said, we had a lot of challenges yesterday, and the fact that a lot of the comments that came up on Facebook came up as reading after video had ended. That is why I put out the request for you, just to notify me if you had actually been on to the lives, so that you would not have missed anything. And also I wouldn't miss you in the count. I mean, it's nice to know the family's on board with me. And I think if you get early in the morning, that you should actually register if you can, which is wonderful. It's just a beautiful coastline. In the distance you'll see the outer island there of the Port St. Charles. Went to dinner down there a little while back with some of my friends from the States. Treated me like royalty, to be honest with you. I was privileged to spend time with them. So Nancy and the family, hello and good morning to you all. Right, back section are not very cosmetically beautiful, but these are the little small sails huts. This is where the fishermen will ply their trade from. And from the front section you will probably seen it, but you don't even seen it from this side, unless you have walked this beach yourself. Loads and loads of manchineel berries all over the place. Has a beautiful scent, absolutely lovely. And as you can see, these trees grow literally in the water. So you understand why these trees are so important to this coastline, to maintain the sand and stuff. And you understand the importance of them. Although they're dreaded trees, they're really necessary for this coastline for sure. And the West Coast has these all along it. We also saw a lot yesterday in our hiking between Martins Bay and actually between Bath Beach and Consett Bay. Quite a bit of them there as well. And we were talking and discussing, Ryan and myself, about the smell and how lovely it was. Beautiful smells. Alright, this is Nikki Beach. It is I'm not sure if the closure is permanent or if the closure is only temporary, but they do have up close signs, not operating, no trespassing and stuff. So you know, we don't mess around and go on people's property like that, but I just want to get you a little closer to see it. And also to see other stuff that we may be passing that I've not been mentioning. Hint, hint. Yes, my artistry is a little bit shaky this morning, thanks to the mountain goat. I got this morning, even my fingers were hurting me. Anyway, I haven't done anything energetic like that for a very, very long time, so you would understand why I was feeling so blown away. Right, so let's do a nice quiet 360 before we go any further. It's beautiful right now, little small fishing boats coming in that we can really enjoy and see what it's like watching a fishing town awakening. So here we go. Just magical sounds. A little bit more of a slap here this morning. I'm not sure if it's always like that here or if it's a surge on the high tide or if there's a swell that may be lapping in, a very small easterly swell. Not too sure really, but definitely is a lot of movement here. And it's also going to low tide, so obviously the water between the reef and surface now will be getting less and less and less, and therefore any kind of swell on these bars would come through now and form a little wave. So we're going to go back down into this bay. Just want to show you this side up here. As you can see, we have some rain in the distance. We did have some this morning. The roads are wet on the way down, but they're not going to trouble us for sure. And if there are rains, there will be showers of blessings. That is for sure. This island uses it. I was just blown away yesterday at how beautiful and green this whole island is. At this time, normally, at this time of year, it's still quite brown from the drier months, but I don't know, maybe it's just the early rains and the volcanic ash and stuff has made a difference, but it's definitely beautiful conditions right now. Alright, we point out the manchineel all the time, so we're going to continue to do that consistently. Manchineel berry, Do not lay your towel on this here, because if it does rub off the surface of it, you will get blistered from the juices that come out of it. Please do not stand under these trees. There are a lot of them on the west coast that are not ringed with red. As you can appreciate, majority of the ones that are ringed are in the areas you get a lot of visitors to alert them. But in these areas you don't really get many visitors, so a lot of them would not have on red rings. But you're pretty familiar with the look of them. Remember, standing under these in rainy conditions, you will definitely get blistered. And do not lean up on the bark for sure. And don't mess with the apples. If you're gonna move them from under your towel, do so with a stick or something. You know, don't touch them. It's not really worth it unless you want to flick it with your fingernail or something. But please be cautious when you do so. Very dangerous tree for sure. But look at how beautiful the coverage that they offer along this coastline. Just absolutely stunning. Look at the scenery. Here we go. This is what I like to look at. These kind of things with the coverage and the overhead areas and stuff. I love this scenery. Little tired, sleepy fishing village coming away this morning. I know down here is lots of action on like Friday nights and stuff at Brady's Bar. And as you can see, we were also busy up here as well. We just want to make a few of these here today, just to make sure everybody knows that we were in this area. And those that hopefully will start to Google it one of these days will find EMC. I don't think I put it up enough with hashtags and stuff to really get full coverage, but I do get quite a few people commenting on it. So nice surge this morning, as you can see. So we're going to walk a little further down. We're going to try and get away from the actual surge at this point here, down into the bay kind of thing where this guy is swimming. And obviously because of the camera situation, I want to be cautious of how I show anyone. Don't want any adverse reactions and stuff, because some people just want their privacy, don't want to be on Facebook and stuff. So we have to honor that for sure. Alright, here we go. Nice little drop off. Right here in front of me is a lot of rocks, but I have on my beach shoes this morning, so I can comfortably go over these here. Obviously still cautiously, because if there is a cobbler, sea urchin, or have any sea eggs or anything, so in this rock area here, I will most definitely get stuck through these shoes, because I have big holes in the bottom as pores without the water. Alright, we're going to take a, here comes a little swell in here, so let's go by first, because it's going to be an up and down situation. Alright, so let's do a silent 360 here, as close to the water as I can give you, so you can enjoy the beauty of this west coast of me. I don't think down here is an area that you would really come to swim, so but I will tell you anyhow, the road runs just behind these little booths here, so it is a little bit noisier as the day unfolds. And as I said, I don't know if it's a place you come and swim, but it is really a nice place just to come and stroll. I've actually been up and down this beach quite a few times this morning, enjoying the peace and tranquility of this place here. I can't remember if I made the 360 or not, but anyhow, wherever I made, I hope you enjoyed the silence and the beauty of our spin. Just a lovely, lovely small fishing town. This is what the small Barbados looks like. What Barbados used to really look like. This is what a lot of the West Coast was like. They had these little small fishing towns all over. There's still some now, but the guys just use the side of the road because they're really not that popular. Most people come out of the Bridgetown Harbour or out of the Bridgetown Fish Market or Oystens and other places like that. So it's just these small ones that remain, which are really beautiful and nice to have, and nice to be able to see what it used to look like. Alright guys, I know that today was a good day for you all. I see that our driver is complaining and our hostess is working on you all. I see you all are very boisterous. But you give them trouble. That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be noted. If you're on here this morning, they're supposed to know you're on that bus this morning for sure. So you all have a good time. And our conductor, he needs to be given trouble. He definitely needs some trouble. So you all do your best to let him have a memorable day. Anyhow, just want to give you all our nice little parting comments, and we want to take in the scenery as well. Alright, yes, I didn't have much chance to really talk to you all too much. I'm not going to overburden you all with it either today. I just want to remind everyone of how important it is for us to be all peaceful and be happy and just follow what you all know is supposed to be done, to love people, take care of people, do whatever you can to make someone else's life good. And that will in turn give you the results as well. And you will also reap the rewards of happiness and an inner peace and satisfaction that you would not get unless you try and help someone today. So whoever it is and whatever your situation is, whatever you can do, even if it's just a smile, that's all that's relevant. Anything whatsoever, just to show someone that they actually are loved and cared for and that they're respected for being God's children. And that is the most important thing for us. I think that we all together can make a big difference in this world, and I know the EMC certainly can, because our growing numbers, and although we don't have a lot more in the EMC, we have a lot more people that are friends on Facebook now. We're almost 1,100 friends on Facebook. Our YouTube has gone up to 730 odd, I think it was. And we are growing. There's no question that we're growing. And the love and the care and the sweet comments and the kind comments that I watch going on daily in this vlog, I know for sure that people are making a difference in this world, because it's coming out of y'all's hearts. All the comments, I could feel the love in it, the general and honest love. Guys, you all have a fantastic day. Again, we will not see each other until till Monday, possibly. Who knows? We do not say that we will never come on a Sunday. We will say that that's a day we try to rest. But if something really interesting comes up, or if some kind of beauty that I am passing that you all need to see, you all know I'm going to send you something up. For those of you that have not seen me, get back to your comments. Completely stretched out yesterday, so I will try and address them bit by bit, but understand that I do read them all, just as it's a little time consuming sometimes, and with yesterday's hike, or with my exhaustion, I wasn't able to handle all of them, so forgive me. Have a great Saturday, everyone. I love you all. I'm sending my love from Barbados to you. I have some overcast skies, but I'm sending our sunshine warmth and our sea spray love your way. Have a great day, everyone. See you all later, and be safe.